Welcome to the Roots and Routes podcast. It's bigger than sports, where community and socioeconomics is the root to our success. I always wish our hometown heroes had the technology during their time to document their journeys, so we'll do it for the rest of them. And we are live on location at the legendary 14th Street Community Center. Let's put it together.
All right.
Together.
May Berkeley, baby, May Berkeley. May Berkeley.
This is a special
Alice
occasion.
Tanner.
You already know what it is.
Yes, sir.
Reed, you've been here before,
Yes,
so you
ma'am.
know how we rock at the Roots and Routes.
Yes, sir.
So before we get started, I'd like to make sure we do a call to action. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow us on all the digital platforms. We're on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, fan base, X, aka Twitter. So just make sure, keep on watching, and we will make sure everything is A-OK. We got amazing content coming your way. This is season 1, episode 14. And I like to call this episode entitled, I Had a Ball.
I had a ball. Hey, Wayne.
Come on in.
What's up?
Come on in. Come on in. Let them in. Who's that? Come on in. Come on in.
We had a ball.
This is what happens when you live. This is what happens when you are live. So we got the whole crew here. I guess you could call it. I ain't even gonna mention their names just yet. But we're gonna start it out from right to left. My friend to the table, Mr. Wayne Johnson. Give it up for Mr. Wayne.
All right, man.
And to the left of me, the man of the hour.
Yes, sir. God is good.
His name is Daniel Marcellus
God is good.
Reed.
God is good. God is good.
Absolutely. So at the Roots and Routes, you know how we do. The very first question that I normally ask at the Roots and Routes is, and you've already answered this on one of our earlier episodes about the advice that you would give to your 12-year-old self. Now the question, we're going to move a little further up the road. The question is, what advice would you give to your 18-year-old self, Danny Reed?
Stay on the path. Don't steer off. Don't steer off like I did, man. Remain teachable. I might have said that the last time, man, but I stared off, man. I had a little injury, man, and gave up instead of keep pushing, man. Yeah, don't give up, man. Stay on your craft, man, because it works if you work it.
It works if you work it. Hey, that's valuable. That's a valuable gem.
Yeah, it works if you work it, man.
If you work it.
You better believe it, man.
I respect it. So Reed, that's very much important, and it's what we also kind of allude to, a code of conduct. So staying on the path. The reason we call this the Roots and the Routes is because a root is the source, it's the origin, it's where you begin. But the route also, you talked about it, the pathway, the direction. Sometimes we veer left, we veer right, overall, but the path is where we're at right today. And we can there's still hope. And I want to remind people that in spite of circumstances and situations that may arise in our lives, we can still stand on the shoulders of the giants that came before us.
Yes, sir.
And Reed, you a giant, man.
Yes, sir.
So with that experience that you have, I'm going to do a rewind, and then we're going to move forward. So we're going to start with your upbringing. So I want to first start with your family, whether it be your mom, your grandparents, your uncle, whoever you want to kind of speak to your upbringing. Let the audience know the dynamic that you had growing up.
I was raised by my grandparents. I love my mom, which was Trudy Reed, but she was in the lane too. She was in a lane. She had me at a young age, and she was in the fast lane. So she left me in good hands with her mom and dad, and John, which is John, Dan, and Margaret. So they when I look at everything, they love me, man. They were strict. You know what I'm saying? I have been sometimes, man. I'm so mad, man. But looking it all over, man, they love me. They cared about me, man. They did. They cared about me. It was times I couldn't go out and kick it with Van in there, man. I couldn't do it. I used to be salty. You know what I'm saying? I had to be home, and I knew they was out there balling, having a good time, and I couldn't do it, man. But yeah, it was Margaret and John Dan, man. They was legends in my heart, man.
Right. So that's solid, man, and it's very necessary for us to give homage and honor and credit to where credit is due.
Yeah, bro.
Because without those that kind of paved the way, those that taught us and sort of groomed us, we wouldn't be here today. So much love and appreciation to your family. That's very important. I'm sure it's important to you.
Yes.
So Vandy, we'll get to you soon. So I'm there's a build up, there's a process, because I know the relationship that you two have is unique, and you I'm sure you have some stories that you can give to the audience about why Reed did have a ball growing up. But before we get there, let's go with the Bears. So let's talk about your involvement with the Pee Wee North End Bears. What do you remember about any of the entities of the Bears?
Man, I can take you way back.
Take me back.
I can take you way back to where Baby D Parker, man, was I ain't even gonna lie, man. He was cold.
He was that thing.
Baby D.
Yeah, man. He's you see him run the ball, man. He'll run into the end zone and take the ball and just drop it behind the shoulder like dude who's played for Cincinnati, Isaac something.
Isaac Bruce.
No.
Curtis.
His name was Isaac Curtis, wasn't it?
Isaac Curtis.
Number 85.
Yeah.
But he'd run into the end zone. He didn't have no dance. He just flipped it back over his shoulder. But Baby D, man, Carl Ferguson, Bailey, I watched them all. I was me and JJ Grant, they used us as mascots.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, the head coach was my uncle Carl Ferguson.
Okay.
And his best friend was Joe Grant, and you know JJ Grant was my good friend, man, and we was mascots.
Mascots.
Well, basically we didn't have no Bears uniform on, but we had a say like Cincinnati. So I had a Cincinnati uniform on, man, and with the helmet and everything, and run out with the Bears. But I've been around, man, and that's what made me love it. Was those guys, man. They made me love the game, man. You know, I was a little nervous then, but the one was John Reed. John Reed was he instilled a lot in me, man. He made sure that I wasn't slipping. If he seen me slipping, I would have to unslip, or he would get me.
So what position did you play for the Bears?
I played nose guard.
Nose guard.
Yeah, and it was in the backfield.
What position did JJ play?
JJ, he played on fullback, and I was tailback.
Okay, we got to hear it from the man himself. Let's go ahead and bring JJ on.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
Boom.
JJ.
What's up?
No lie, man. We was mascots early.
Yeah.
JJ, y'all was mascots?
Bruh, we was mascots. We had a little uniform on. We ran out there. We was proud as hell.
Yeah.
We was proud as hell. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Look at Jay, man. They go deep, bro.
Deep, man.
So,
Yeah.
hey,
Man.
without further ado, man, we got my cousin here, JJ
We
Grant.
used to run that house out.
Parade
over there.
All-American.
My
Yes,
guy.
sir, Jay.
He was a friend
My
of
guy.
Mr. Reed from the Sandbox.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about that dynamic, man. You spent the night, many a nights over at
Over there in that devil. Man, where like a U. Boom, 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 boom. Come around, man. I was in that. Yeah, if I wasn't at, if we didn't stay at my house or JJ's house, we was on 15th.
Yep.
We was on 15th, man. We was there or across the street at the if we called it the field.
Outfield, I'm on 17.
Good place, man. We played on that field. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But up and down 17th Street, man, we did it all. Red light, green light, hang go seat, kick the can, all that.
So
we did it all.
So hey, look, let me pause this real quick. I want
That was my everyday dude.
I want JJ to kind of give a little context to this right here. So I talked to Jay a little bit yesterday. You know, obviously legend in his own right as well. Went middle linebacker at Michigan University. He started out right here in small Portsmouth, Ohio. So it's a pleasure. It's a treat to be able to bring him in. But I want him to give a little context about. Did y'all play baseball as well growing up?
Yeah.
We had to play.
So-
We played it all, bro.
Everything.
Played it all.
So
Let Jay tell it.
let's hear it from Jay. You remember
So-
anything about that?
Hey, I remember plenty of days going up to the reservoir. You know, Boomer was notorious for hitting some balls out, you know, off over the fence, go down that long hill. You know, so Boomer could play. He had a good swing on that stick. He did.
That long
Bro
hill.
could play. He could play. He had a gun on him. He could swing the stick. He was good. Boomer's always been good at everything he did, though, man. Even when we were on the Bears, bro was doing damage. As soon as we got on the field, yes, nose tackle, and then go back to tailback and score a touchdown after 4 or 5 tackles for losses.
That's
Hey,
funny,
Yeah, man. That man was there with me.
Hey,
He
I
was in
remember.
That man was in the active defeat when we have been winning all the way up to our 6th grade year, man, and we smashed people, man, and we got to the Super Bowl game, and they come up with me and Jay was overweight.
Yeah.
Me and Jay had to play on the line, man. We didn't get to play in the backfield, and we lost the first game, man.
Yep.
We lost, bro.
But the beautiful
What
thing
was
about
that?
it, I remember.
Is that nationwide, JJ?
What's that?
Is the weight limit, is that nationwide or is that a
No,
small
that
town
was
Ohio rule?
that was a North End Bears rule when they saw us coming.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, hey, I tell you, my mother would always tease me because when we went and played Clay out in Clay. We lit them up. My mom was like, "Yeah, y'all shouldn't have beat him that bad." I said, I said, "Why?" She said, "Because when y'all got out the cars and everything, they said I saw him kissing his wife before he got out." They were, hey, bro, they was intimidated. They knew off the bat that we was gonna come there and do damage, and Boomer was one of the main ones. And and he took it. Hey, he let him know. Hey, he took it straight. He took it to McKinley Middle School too. Basketball, football.
We was
Hey,
nice there, baby.
We had a squad in McKinley.
Yeah,
Hey,
buddy, we had a squad. That's when we intervened with KB.
yep.
He
Hey,
was untouchable.
and Boomer, tell them the high school coaches was coming watching us as soon as we got there and started
better
playing.
believe it.
They was coming watching
Standing room
every game,
Standing room only, bro, every game. Every game.
knocking them out.
I love it.
We hit
Can you pick-
KB, man. It was over with.
Oh man, Boomer, can you imagine me, UKB in the backfield at
That's
PHS?
what I said. That's what I said, man. That was crazy. That was man unstoppable. Unstoppable, bro.
So who was y'all in Pee Wee? Who was y'all's quarterback?
Brett Ferguson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep. Brett Ferguson, man.
And then y'all's coaches.
Coaches.
Carl Ferguson and
Our coaches was crazy. Man, if you seen our coaches, you wouldn't think they was coaches. You would think they was pimps.
hey,
For real though, man.
Greg.
Our coaches, man, they was from the hat down. Yeah, they wasn't no sweats and sweatsuit, none of that, man. They was in derbies, leather coats, flare bells with the flats, and they was like that, man.
Bro, we had Trojan Stadium in the Super Bowl. They dressed in all white with red, like a red turtleneck on and trench coat.
Really?
I mean, they dressed to
bro.
the nines.
Like that. Yeah, man.
And as they did that, we were kicking that proverbial behind.
Right.
And the best thing for me, the coolest thing for me was after the game, we would ride back up through their area of town and come back to North End. And half the
I'm
time,
gonna sing the songs. We are the best. Oh yeah. The mighty
Bears.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna forget that, man.
Shoot.
The vibe of that was next level, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Because the whole North End was behind us, man.
Right.
And we come right back to where you sitting at the 14th Street Community Center, celebrate.
Right.
And then later on that night, we come back for the party right there. And we was having the ball.
You're right, man. The center was here for us, man.
Absolutely.
You know, they was that's something I was telling Wayne, man. I was like, if they only could see how things was back then, you know what I'm saying? To know, like, man, it's supposed to continue.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't get to see it, man. They didn't get to see it, bro. I'm talking about from, like Jay said, like winning games, then getting in the back of the car and riding and singing and all that, man. You would want to win the next game so you could do that again.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely. And it was just, and everybody supported you on it. It didn't matter if you was scoring the touchdowns or you was coming in the fourth quarter. You was on the Bears. It was all love. And so it was just wonderful, man. I mean, before us, you had people like Barrett a little bit older, Chris Gentry and those guys playing.
Right.
It was just amazing. I mean, that little program put out some outstanding athletes.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at the history of
couldn't wait.
Not only the players, but even as y'all alluded to, the coaches as well, to be, they put y'all in a position to where they instilled confidence in y'all. Y'all knew y'all wasn't supposed to lose. Y'all was supposed to go out there and dominate. Y'all was supposed to and have a little swag with it as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the thing about it, they were.
Everybody played.
The thing about it is, you got to remember, we as a Pee Wee team, I mean, we were doing stuff that no other teams were doing, not just over talent.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach Grant, Coach Ferguson, they had guards pulling in Pee Wee football, guards pulling,
right.
two fall steps, then turn around and going in the other direction. I mean, we was killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they really taught us, how the game was supposed to be played. So
yeah, man,
it's amazing.
They was legends. They was legends.
Yeah.
They was legends. Hey, what I liked about it, man, they brought the community together on Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. The Bears brought the community together. It was something to where everybody in our community was there.
Yeah.
They was there, man. And watching them games, watching us smash people, bro. They were right there.
Every Saturday was like a super reunion.
Yes, sir. Every Saturday.
Absolutely.
So y'all practice at the train station, is that right?
Had it rocking.
Yeah, absolutely. I hated them laps around that daggone field. But
hated that. But we had it rocking. We had it rocking, man.
And what was the crowd like? The crowd, the cheerleaders and the crowd and the fans.
Oh, it was amazing, man. I mean, now, if I compared it to now, I really don't think there'd be anything going on now that you can compare it to. I mean, it was truly it was for a youth football team to
Right.
have a whole area of a town follow
Yeah.
you into your opponent's place, and then you kick their behind, and they follow you back. I mean, we ain't talking about 17-year-olds in the high school bus and all that. No, we're
Right.
talking about kids, and the
Kids.
whole community supported you, and it was just beautiful, man. It really was.
So
Really
the
was.
Bears was already established when y'all came into ranks. What was it like being a mascot, man? Like y'all was like an actual bear mascot? What was the look of the mascot?
Man,
We had a uniform on.
We run them balls out.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody throw a towel at you, something, man. We love that, man.
Right.
Hey, we was loving every bit of it, bro. Every bit of it.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, sir.
So let's kind of move forward a little bit. So y'all touched on it a little when you get to junior high. So Jay, you played 7th grade year, and how long did you stay through junior high?
So what I did was I played 7th, if I'm remembering correctly, I played 7th and 8th grade football at McKinley. Now I did not play. Wait a minute. If I'm remembering correctly, I played 8th grade football and then left after football season. Because
Gotcha.
I know I did track at 8th grade up in New York.
That's
Okay.
But that team at McKinley, like I said, it was the fact that the backfield, KB, me, Danny, what was it? Chris White was a quarterback.
Yeah, I think Chris White was our quarterback. He was.
Yes. Yeah.
Why did you mention he was our quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a loaded squad that honestly, man, the high school coaches was coming watching us from after the first game, they were coming to watch us.
Right.
Yeah, Jay, you left. If I remember correctly, you left after basketball season.
Yeah, basketball season. It was basketball.
Yeah.
So did you play basketball as well?
Oh yeah. Now,
So
see,
what was y'all's basketball teams like?
Whooped everybody.
we was killing it. We was killing. See, I was a physical presence.
Right.
I wasn't the score. Boomer would just take the ball. And Boomer was affecting the 8th graders when he was in 7th grade. So Boomer was balling. I gotta give him credit. Basketball wise, can't touch that brother. That brother he was there. So he was a scorer, rebound. Right. He was doing it all. Me, I was just kind of like a physical presence. I give me some rebounds, throw me a nice physical pick, have a football flashback. That's all I
do. That's great, man. That's great. So junior high was pretty. Y'all were pretty dominant in junior high as well.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
We was together every day. We was together every day. Me and Jay was.
Oh yeah.
So then y'all ended up going y'all separate paths, correct?
Yeah.
So what was your mindset, and what was your mindset when you seen Jay leave? Like, was you?
No, I was lost. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I'm like, it was stunning because like, to me, it happened like, you know what I'm saying? Like just out of nowhere, like, man, he gone.
Everybody was salty.
We was salty, man. We was salty, bro. And Jay left us, man, because we was. Just imagine a person being around a person every day.
Every day.
Every day, man. Hey, lightweight every minute. You know what I'm saying? So
really?
I know I had to be in when the street light came on in front of the house. So me and Jay was together. You know what I'm saying? That quiet ass cat, man. You really want to know the truth, man? Our street, we didn't have to leave and go nowhere. We had a ball on our street.
Absolutely.
We
played all day.
Oh, did we lose him?
What you do? Take Jay off, man?
No, I didn't take him off, man. I didn't do him like that. There you go. There you go. Hey, this is what happens when you live. Pause right there, JJ.
Go down.
Pause right there. We had
catch up with them, Moreland or Drew and those guys down there further side of 17th. Play all day on the street. We didn't have to leave the street. And hey, just like John Dan and Mark would be like, hey, They make sure we was on our P's and Q's.
That's right.
You know, Joe Grant, Liz Grant, make sure we were on P's and Q's, but we had a ball.
Right,
As soon
man.
as that lights come on, it's about time to go home.
About time to go home, baby. We run up and down
Can
that
you hear me?
street all day. Because I think the furthest one down was actually Champ Jordan. Champ Jordan and Thurston.
Mhm.
Callaway and them. They was down.
Mhm.
You know, they was down that way, man. The Braggs. And I mentioned we had a white dude, John Singer. He was all the way at the end. But
Yeah.
we went up and down the street, man. I mean, everybody would come to the field because we
Yeah.
played baseball and football there.
Yeah.
The field jumped every day.
The Jacksons will come over.
Yeah, bro.
Robbie and Troy.
Yeah, that's right. They was on Oakland, right
Yep.
on the corner. So, yeah, we was loaded, man. We had a ball. Them was the days, baby.
They were.
Hey, woo!
And,
Them was
and
really the good days. Them
Those
was
were
days,
awesome.
man. I'm like, wow, I wish I could really do all over again, man. It was something special, man.
And Gerald, just so you know it, and towards the end of the day, right before, you know, it wouldn't be too close to dark because we got to be home. But Van knows we be going to the land.
To the land, baby.
To the land, baby.
To the land, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We walking to the land, baby.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yes, sir.
What's the land?
Food land, baby.
Food land.
Okay.
Land.
Food land. Hey, man,
know about that.
Come
Right.
on, man.
You don't
I
know
remember.
about the land,
I remember
man.
Food Land. I wasn't aware what you was referring to.
Food
My
land,
bad. My apologies.
Follow
Food
me
land.
to the land.
Follow
baby.
me to food land. That's what we used to say. Follow me to the land. Follow me to food land.
Yes, sir.
That's funny.
Oh,
That was JJ's.
Telling you, man.
That was JJ's.
but yeah, I remember back in the day. I ain't gonna tell it all, but I remember, you know, the 14th Street parties. You know, we go over there, get to Goodwill, get us some nice pleated cuff pants
Woo,
for,
Jay.
for a
Hey,
few
Jay, I
pennies.
forgot all about that. G.
We,
Hey,
hey,
G was the man.
we throw some change
Man,
together,
man.
and we would get us about a 40-ounce soda. And you know, then we go over to when we was about we had a ball.
Yeah, bro. The pleated pants, man. Hey, the we call them the businessmen shoes and all
Yes.
that, man.
Yes.
Man couldn't wait, man. Couldn't wait, man. Gene and them, they put a special touch on that, man. They would come to school with the briefcase, man. I'm telling you, man, them was the days, man.
Yep.
If we could get that back, man. People, if the kids now could see the unity that we had
Right.
then,
Right.
it's like it was like, man, when you seen one, you seen 10, 11 of us.
Yep.
You know, if it wasn't 20,
Yep.
we be in packs, man. We all, hey, I remember, since you want to talk that, I remember back in the day, man, we used to ride bikes.
Oh.
We used to ride bikes. Everybody had a bike, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember at school in elementary, bro, we just had a chopper bunch. You don't remember the chopper bunch in elementary? We used to ride
Absolutely.
around like we was on a bike, man, all through.
All over.
recess,
All over
man.
portions.
Oh, hey, get in trouble about the chopper bunch.
Y'all was riding bikes, huh?
Yeah,
but like
man,
they
we had
said,
a
man,
ball.
if we could take these kids back, they would have a blast.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
You would have no
Absolutely.
choice, man,
They would have.
but to say, man, I can't wait to do that. You know what I'm saying? We had a ball, man. We ain't had no cell phones and wasn't nobody in on no video games and all that.
Uh-uh.
Man. We was outside.
Hey, the closest we get to video games,
But
every
football,
once in a while, that electronic football, boom would
That's
come
what
over,
you just said.
boom would come over my
Yeah.
house, and we would be on the porch if it's raining or something. Van would be, hey,
That's
or we
right.
go over. You know, that was the thing. And I got to tell you, Boomer cheated.
oh, you, hey,
Hey,
boy, hey, John Ferguson.
you had the biggest electronic foot man. You had the biggest electronic football players in the history of the game, bro.
Play painted over. We so, oh man,
Penny at the bottom.
penny at the bottom, man. Scraping on it with the base, make sure the base goes straight. And that football set, man. That was every day too. Bro.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's take a pause for the calls real quick. I want to readjust this camera, and then we'll get back to it. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. We're on all the digital platforms: TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, fan base, Twitter, aka X. So the Roots and Routes. We want to continue to put out amazing content. We have to the right of me, we have my friend Wayne Johnson.
Yes,
we
sir.
have to the left of me, the guest of the hour, Mr. Daniel Marcellus Reed.
Yes, sir.
And also on the screen currently, we have Parade All-American, Michigan Captain number 95, Mr. J.J. Grant.
My dude.
Appreciate y'all.
Put us on the map, baby.
Real quick, for the camera, do me a favor, put it on the, we can only see myself. So we'll.
Jay, how you been, man?
Doing good, bro. Just working and enjoying life, man. God's been good to me, so hey, can't complain, man.
Good, man. Same
I
here,
see what
bro.
you see.
Same
Okay, you
here,
see
bro.
it different. Okay, so, just leave it there. We're all right. We'll leave it like that.
I'll be checking you out, man.
All right, man.
On social media, I'll be checking you out when I can, catching up with y'all.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Boomer's daughter's setting the world on fire as far as basketball.
Yeah, bro, Jay. She gonna be down there in Georgetown, man.
Nice.
We're going to link up, man, down there. I'll meet you there or something.
Absolutely.
It's fine where it's at. Just leave it at where it's at. So we're at the Roots and Routes podcast. We got Daniel Marcellus Reed at the table with us. This episode is season 1, episode 14. We called it I Had a Ball. And clearly, if anybody knows Daniel Reed, he's always been like the life of the party. His energy is unmatched in many ways. And we're just reflecting, and we want to kind of progress through. So, JJ, what was your perspective of when you went away? Did you go directly to New York? How did that go?
So what happened is my father was working with Goodyear here. Goodyear in Ohio, and then got an offer with Miller Brewing Company up in upstate New York, in the Syracuse, New York area. So he took off a year ahead of us, basically.
Gotcha.
And then me and Mom and Sister Liza, we moved up afterwards. So once I got up there, man, it's kind of crazy because I went from, going from Portsmouth, Ohio, and we're in a Black community. Everything you see is Black. I mean,
right.
we had Albert White Mayor, Black. We had, Head Webb and Carl Ferguson and people like that were, visual mentors to us that gave us the opportunity to see, what we could do. And then I moved to a place called Baldwinsville, New York, just outside of Syracuse. Man, I was one of 5 Black people in the school.
Wow.
And so it was a little culture shock for a while, so. Yeah. But once I got past that, I did move to another school that was Liverpool High School. Things worked out a little bit better group. And so, but I always wondered what if in terms of coming back and playing. I really did. I mentioned it to Dad, but at the same time, it was, how it was, I think it was after my grandmother passed, Irene Grant.
Right.
So it was like, how are we going to be able to do that? So it was just a pipe dream, but hey, I thought about it a lot, man, because Boomer was still tearing stuff up. AD was tearing stuff up, man. Shoot.
We always would say, what if Jay was here?
Right.
What if Jay?
Man.
What if Jay didn't leave, man?
Well,
especially if we lost a game, we'd be like, what if Jay didn't leave?
Well, I'm glad for your sake that you was able to ascend to the heights that you was able to ascend to. Obviously, much respect to your dad. He was always a legend in my book.
Yes, sir.
So also respect to your mom. Both of them rest in peace. But ultimately, man, the reason we bring Mr. Reed to the table, because we was thinking about all the running backs that had played at Portsmouth that ended up playing at Portsmouth. So he's one of many in a long line of great running backs. So I was just wondering, from your perspective, I don't know how familiar or aware you were of the high school program at Portsmouth. Like, did you watch the Trojans growing up, whether it was Pee Wee or when you got to junior high? And who were some of the ones that was ahead of y'all that you remember seeing?
Oh, we always watched it. I mean, Friday, going down to see the Trojans play was always a big thing for the weekend. You go down there, I remember, I'm a little rusty, but I remember, running backs like Jimmy Richardson. They had some running backs, man. They had some players. And I hate to, my mind has escaped me in terms of a whole lot of names right now, but
no, you're good. You're good, Jay.
I mean, all I know is that was the reason why I wanted to continue to play was because of going to PHS games. I mean, don't get me wrong, love my cousin Ricky Grant. Ricky was a beast up at Notre Dame. Brother was that's one brother who had a big fro and some spats on and was tearing it up.
Socks.
But I mean, as far as the big game, that was PHS. There was going there to play Wheelersburg and Ironton, and that's why I got into football and really loved it. But as far as the legends, I would say of PHS, I wouldn't put anybody above the man to your left. I wouldn't. And that ain't cause he's my brother. It ain't got nothing to do with it. The man can play. And I know when I got to Michigan, we had beat some dudes from Ohio that remember him specifically.
You talking about that? Y'all had a defensive back,
Rick Haskell,
that played for Cincinnati Purcell.
Rick Haskell. But there, we had players to remember Danny. It wasn't like it was. I went off and was just leaped. No, Boomer was there, and I always tell the story to people like. I always tell the story to people about a trip out when I went to visit Ohio State. Me and Dad went, and Pops wanted to, he was coming home, so they were treating like a homecoming. The coach at the time was Earl Bruce. The recruiter was Tressel. He was recruiting me.
Right. Okay.
So,
gotcha.
They called me. You can come down for a visit. I said, yeah, I'll bring my father. We're both from Ohio. They said, yeah, that'd be great. He called Carl Ferguson, Danny's uncle. You want meet me up in Columbus, man. We're gonna hang out in Columbus jail toward the school. They're gonna pay for it. Okay, cool. I get there, beautiful. I walk in, Tressel says hello. I want to say one of the other coaches, I can't remember his name, and then also Bruce was there. So we're talking and everything, and it's basically like I'm on one side of the room, the coaches, and Dad and Mr. Ferguson on the other side. Tressel all of a sudden, this is what Jim Tressel says to me on my visit to Ohio State. Hey, you know a dude named Danny Reed? I swear to God.
on your visit.
I said, yeah. He said, this is the question he asked. He said, what type of ball player is? I said, oh, he's a beast. He can play. And that just gives you the idea of, okay, you don't want to mention that I made Parade All-American, but they asking me about Boomer Reed. Danny could play, and he proved it on the field at diamond and timeout. I always knew he could play on that level comfortably, so it was a joy, man. But yeah, and Brady Womack right there, that's another legend there.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, that's my spiritual advisor. Hey, that's my go-to, Jay. Hey, me and that man, we talk every day. It's not we might skip
what
a
up,
day.
JJ?
But he's there, man, calling me, man.
Mr. Womack, what's happening?
All right, JJ, with your Michigan self, buddy. Yes, sir.
I forgot who I was in the company
Yes, sir.
of, man. I forgot.
That J.J. Grant, number 95, baby.
Man,
Yeah,
hey,
man.
Good to see
Hey,
you.
we're here at the
you too,
Roots
bro.
Routes
You too.
podcast. We got Mr. Brady Womack on the screen with us now as well. Once again, my cousin J.J. Grant. To the right of me, we got Mr. Wayne Johnson and the guest of the hour, Mr. Daniel Marcellus Reed. Like, share, subscribe, Roots and Routes podcast. We'll continue this conversation. Brady, you got anything you want to say before we continue on?
Yeah, man, I'd just like to reiterate on what JJ was saying. The man to your left on the football field was one of a kind. Was one of a kind, buddy. You know, I mean, this dude he stayed on the field. Defensive end, sacked the quarterback, then get back there to receive the punt, then line up at halfback. Or was he a fullback?
Half. Where was the half at, man?
6'3", 230.
Half has never been told.
Right, that's 6'3". Wasn't nothing
Huh?
out there. You
What
hadn't
was that
seen
way,
nothing
Reed?
like that. You hadn't
Exactly.
seen nothing like it. And then
Yeah.
Marcus Dupree came around. You saw that, but you didn't see nothing like Danny. Marcus Dupree just ran the ball. Danny ran the ball and tackled. He did it all, man. I remember this. I was telling you, Jared, about the time when they played. I think it was a quarterback out of Ashland, Kentucky, and he was going to. I think he was going to Vanderbilt or something. He came down, had the half cut off shirt. Man, Danny harassed him from the defensive end spot all night long. Plus, had 200 some yards probably in running the ball.
Terrorized.
Interception too.
But most of all, I remember he wore that forearm, man. You know how when you're on defense, you wear that arm gear. But Danny wore a forearm on his right arm, man. And I saw him run the ball one time. He caught the linebacker outside by himself. Danny hit that linebacker, man, in the face with that forearm. Boom! And went 60 yards for the TD after that. Unreal.
Man, that's great.
But I mean, you know, I've seen them all. I started out with Mike White. I haven't seen them all, but I've seen Mike White. Mike White was one of the quickest, fastest running backs. But I mean, you know, Danny had power. 6'2", 220. Ain't nobody
Full
want to
package.
tackle that.
Full package.
Full package. Yeah.
Full package.
Yeah.
So Jay, I want you to stay with us for as long as you can. If you got to go, I understand. But it is so now we go kind of forward to his high school years. So Danny, like, what was the precedent at that time? Did you come in freshman, sophomore, junior? What year did you really get any type of action when you got to high school?
It was my sophomore year. My freshman year, we dressed, and played a couple games JV, but the moving up, we didn't get to move up,
Right.
nothing like that. But my sophomore year, we kind of, me and KB had kind of like we got in and took over. Sophomore year, man, we had a tough schedule too. We played teams like Cincinnati, Aiken, Lancaster was top shelf. We played those teams, but me and KB, we held our own. We get beat, but I always say, man, the best game I ever played when we played Lancaster. And then we played Lancaster, it was 110 people dressed on their team. So
Wow.
you know, on somebody on their team, if you played on their team, you only played one position. There wasn't no two-way. You know what I'm saying? You played one position. You know, if you was on offense, you was on offense. You on defense, you on defense. So you imagine them running at us like that. They beat us up, but that was my best game.
Really?
Yeah, that was my coming out. That was my coming out party. Me and KB, we clown. We couldn't wait for the opportunity to
Play against the big boys.
Yeah, man. We was wondering what we doing playing freshman, man. Why was we playing freshman ball? But we was under Coach Schaefer, man. But when we got our opportunity, man, they knew why. They knew why, man. They knew why we was there, man. We was there. You know what I'm saying? Me and KB Johnson. You know, I talked to KB. I got to sit down and talk with KB too, man. One of the girls' game, the last game, we got to sit up and kick it, man. And we were saying how, you know, we wish that we would have had Jay, and we might got over the hump because
Right.
you know we made it to the Final Four. We got beat by Cincinnati Nicholas, but
Right.
we just say, man, what just thinking we had Jay? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
That's another cog.
Yeah, man.
Another
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that story that
that's
JJ telling you.
got you.
But I can remember when Earl Bruce come down in a helicopter and down here at Portsmouth and
Yeah.
check me out. So
Wait. Say that again.
well,
Yeah.
I can remember that. But I can also
Earl Bruce coming a helicopter.
I didn't have the grades, and they wanted me to go to a JC,
Right.
a junior college, and I really didn't know anything about that at that time.
Right.
But I didn't have the grades, and they wanted me to go to their JC and come in from there. So, but after that, you know, I had got hurt, so that was all out the window. I was like, the first thing comes by, talk to me, I'm gonna go with that, man. It was Norfolk State Junior.
Right.
So I went down there, man, and told Hubbard about it. They want Hubbard and Robert Jackson to come with us, so they ended up going to Norfolk State. You know what I'm saying? When I went to Norfolk State, I was injured. I was injured from my previous high school year. I got hurt in basketball. So no, take that back. I got hurt. Got hurt in basketball. So when I got there, I was just just on the team. I didn't practice with them or none of that, but I was considered their number one offensive player.
Right.
And so they put me in the room with the number one defensive player, which was James Stallings. And that ended up being my best friend down there, man. And I like Norfolk State, but I liked it too much because in Norfolk State, I hanged out with DC people.
Mm-hmm.
And they was different. And you know, they were just different to me, man. I liked everything about them. They had music.
Right.
From their music to the clothes to
culture of it.
Yeah, bro. It was just I was fascinated by it. Like you know, they didn't listen to our music.
Right.
They had go-go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And if they were listening to go-go, their music was more what's the dude name that just passed away? Frankie Beverly Mays.
Yeah. Got you.
It wasn't around that they the one hit me to that. You know what I'm saying? They was like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I hanged out with them. And you know, I got too wild. I got too caught up, man, into just saying bump it. Because at that school, if you was nice in football, you didn't have to go to class.
Right.
So my dude that was in was a number one defensive player as a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
My roommate, you know, he didn't go to class. Down there, they weren't knowing that.
Right.
So, but down there, they would talk about a school, Central State University. So, and then at that time, I can remember in high school where they recruited me heavy. Coach Billy Joe, he'd come down here. He took me to a restaurant called Harold's. So you don't remember that?
I remember Harold's, man.
Okay, it was a restaurant called Harold's. He took me over there and ate Coach Billy Joe. And I can remember, you know, that I told Margaret John Dan I could always go back home, man. I'm trying to give up, man, because they didn't want me down there. And I got too wild down there. And so at that time, man, my uncle Tony Brown, he was the wide receiver coach and academic advisor coach. So I talked to Coach Billy Joe. He put me on a plane and flew me back to Dayton.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was sweet too for the school to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I got there, man. It was those boys. For real, bro.
It was different.
They was, man, I come in, I was playing with the number one player in black school, Mark Corbin.
Right.
Yeah, bro. Central State was on the map, bro.
Right.
They was raw. It was everybody was like me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was like me,
That's
bro.
saying a lot.
You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no, the first day we went on a practice at Central State, you was in pads.
Mhm.
Well, no, you come in there to an area and they give you equipment. First day of practice, man, and I got jiggy with it, and I fell in love with Central. Man. Hey, quiet as kept, Central was wilder than Norfolk State could ever be. Central State, they had this little thing called the Breezeway.
Right.
Oh, everything went down the breeze. Brady know about the Breezeway. Boy, I tell you, I was in Broadus Hall, man. I never forget it, man. And I fell in love with it. And it was like, I had got my knee back together. So I had got to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm ready.
Hold on, let's pause that real quick,
Let's
Reed.
go.
So what happened with your knee? How did you end up injuring your knee?
Oh, I had a knee surgery my senior year in basketball. So it kept me out. So I rehabbed that.
Mm-hmm.
And I got me a position at Central State. And I thought that was pretty sweet, man, because these dudes was off the chain. Now, they was hands down better than anything I seen down south.
Right.
So, but I came home, man, and brought a couple of dudes home with me and seen Mr. Buddy Tubbs. He's like, man, you think you can put a basketball team together and go play my institution team in Federal Ashland? And I'm like, yeah. So I went and got the hood, man, and I told my dudes, gave them directions how to get back to school, and I ended up hurting my knee, man.
Wow.
And I didn't have no more fight in me about
At that
rehab.
point.
Yeah.
Right.
So then at that, man, it kind of really went bad for me, man.
So I want to bring Wayne into the conversation at this point. So what's your relationship, Mr. Vandy, with
That ain't, don't call me that.
Mr. Johnson?
You can't say that live, man. That's like telling, man, you can't do that, man. You can't call him that, man.
You're right.
Playing with me every day. Every class.
Re-race that. So what's your relationship with Mr. Reed, yourself, Mr. Johnson?
Brother from another. Me and Reed did class, like when Jay left, it was me and Reed after that.
Yo.
Me and Reed. You know what I mean? Me and Reed, Pythagoreans.
Yeah, it's the room at the
So what do you remember about Reed in terms of his aura, so to speak? Was he always the man like that?
No, he was.
Always.
He was the man.
Reed.
He was the man.
Go ahead and tell it, Reed.
I'll tell you a story you want me to tell you.
Go ahead.
He back in the day, you couldn't sit in the front seat in nobody's car. He know I'm right.
What do you mean? What do you mean you couldn't sit in the front seat?
Well, we was notorious. We
Danny Reed.
we ran around in packs. But at this particular night, I don't know what it was.
Okay, before you go any further, he always says it was you, and you always say it was him. Go ahead, Reed.
It was him. I wouldn't have enough nerve to do that. It was him. He done that to that man. Oh, man. Hey,
Wow.
Wayne when you was with Wayne, you had to be ready.
You know how silly the guy is, right?
Man,
Come
no,
on,
you sillier than me. He was sillier than me. He was sillier
Imagine
than me, man.
I'm listening. I wasn't there, so
Hey,
I can't
okay,
even
so
say.
I don't know how that got started and whoever invented it, but I know this man right here.
You
took it to
did.
another level.
He invented it. Now think about it.
So to the audience, let's give
He
y'all
said,
a
"Wow."
let's give y'all a little
He was
background
coming
of
and say,
what happened.
"Wow."
So basically,
Wow.
if someone sat in the explain it to me, what was the
Go ahead, tell
what was
him,
the
Wayne.
rule, Wayne?
Tell him real talk.
All right. If we was riding together, don't get in the front seat.
Don't do that.
Why you couldn't get in the, why you don't, why it wasn't wise to get in the front
The
seat?
driver too.
The driver too, because Danny Reed would take your head
No. He
like
would.
this.
And wham. That was his favorite word.
As
Wham.
hard as he could.
Wham was his favorite word. When everything he did.
Him and my brother, I ain't gonna say his
Oh man,
name.
no,
Him and my
Carlos.
brother.
No, they was good. They was off the chain, man. And I see them coming. I just want to walk away. Sometimes I knew something was getting ready to happen.
Yeah, Danny had that. That was Danny Reed's rule, man. Danny Reed don't sit. Wayne don't get up in that front
Don't get
seat,
in the
bro. I'm
front seat.
telling you,
They
bro.
used to tell
I'm
him.
like Reed, why
You
get up there?
bro. You would run to the back
Get up
seat.
there.
You would
So,
run. If
You
we-
sitting on laps.
Hey, yes,
Just
sir.
like sit in the
Yes,
front
sir.
seat.
So you had to sit in the front seat. And they do
That
this
bad?
too.
That
Hey,
bad, man.
they'll do the. Hey, they'll narrate the story in the back and say, "Oh, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that before it come at you. Before they come at the people in the front, they would say they would try to blame it on somebody else in the back seat and say,
Right.
"Oh man, don't do that, man," and be tearing him
It
up.
got so bad they did the driver of the taxi cab.
Oh,
Not the taxi cab.
Man, I don't want to tell you that.
Come on,
I
man.
don't want to tell you that story.
Come on.
Man.
Hey, that was a story right there. Hey, we went up. Wayne had a girlfriend on Coast Boulevard, but me and Carlos, our girl, stayed over there to his crib too. But we ain't had no way back to the Ville. We didn't want to walk, so they called a cab.
Not the
So we ain't
cab,
had no
man.
money. Yeah, we ain't had no money, and so we figured we'll get the cab people.
Y'all was plotting.
So yeah. So the cab. He telling you what I'm gonna tell you what he did. But anyway, I narrate the story. I'm like, oh man, don't do that, man.
Daddy,
Because they already
Nah.
pre-gamed
as
up.
soon as we got in the cab, I
Man.
said, Reed, don't do it.
Oh.
Man, he knows the person
Don't
that
do
say
that.
don't do it. They're the ones that do it.
I said, Reed, don't
Girl.
do it, bro.
For
Don't.
real, Gerald.
That's
And
a
he,
setup.
it was a lady in the front seat with the cab driver's girlfriend.
Ronnie, they got the
So
lady too, man.
they got the lady, man.
Not the lady.
Yeah, the cab
No,
driver.
y'all-
So he
did.
pulled
They got the
over.
lady.
So he was talking about why he this, da da da. So then they was getting him while they was just talking, and I'm like, oh man, we gotta get out of here. He was coming. We got
Hey.
on the train
We got on the train.
and rode the train
On
back
the
to the
train
Ville.
back to the Ville, bro.
How in the
Man,
world?
we got stories, man. Hey, I'm telling you, man, it's so many stories
Right.
that me and this man right here could tell you, man, about North End.
Right.
Of how that's why it baffles me about these kids around here, man. We were always together, man.
Right.
We would have fun. Listen, man, I used to talk about. I'm like, man, I ain't leaving the Ville. We didn't leave the
Didn't have
Ville.
to.
We didn't have
Unless we was
everything.
gonna go ball at
Yeah, that's
Roosevelt
it.
or
That's
Highland or
all.
Lincoln or
Then nobody leave the
You know
Ville.
what I mean?
It wasn't like that. Everybody would race to this area right here.
Right.
If you didn't live in it, you still would be a part of it. But everything from that 14th and Waller all the way around the whole Ville was loaded.
like JJ said, it was unity, man.
Yeah,
Right.
bro, it was
It was
fabulous,
unity,
man. Man,
A
I
lot of unity.
remember telling one day, me and Fess, we out here on the block, man. I was telling him, I was like, man, we'll never go nowhere else. We don't
Right.
do nothing but here.
Mhm.
But here, man, you know what? Listen, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna tell you this. My grandmother, she had broke her hip. You know, I was tied up into the street, man. And I'm so sorry to say it, but I'm just telling you how it was. But I couldn't leave. I couldn't leave 14th Street, man. I was hooked on 14th Street, man. I was amazed
this
by
is our-
everything that was taking place in 14th Street, by all the people in the vans playing the music and you know, people bawling, and it was amazing, man. And then I always was with you know, people like, you know, Wayne and Carlos and Gene and Roscoe and
Yep.
you know, and we were always together, bro.
Yep.
I don't care what it was, man. We used to call in what Fessa illustrated. We used to have a thing called picnic,
Mhm.
but we'd have like Jim Dandy
Mhm.
will come order gangs of them, man, and sit down, man.
99
Yeah,
Big
bro.
man.
Right.
I mean, but we had a ball. We never
Yeah,
left,
we had
man.
fun, man.
We never left, bro. We never.
We was always into something, man.
Yeah, man.
So y'all was break dancers too. What? Y'all
Yeah.
do a little
Break
break dancing.
I didn't break dance. I
Danny
went with
knew
them.
Danny knew how to do it though.
I followed them because
Danny
they
knew
had
how
all
to
the
do
women.
it, though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So all the women would come around them for Zodiac Flash, but I was always with the Flash.
Danny knew how to tick and
I was
stuff,
with
don't
the
get me
Flash,
wrong.
man.
Danny knew how to
I
work a
ain't
little
tick,
bit.
man. I wasn't ticking.
Yeah, you
Man,
was.
I was
bruh.
just hanging out with him. Man, but Carlos Parker, that was my best friend. So we would always, he was like the captain of that, so that they could dance. Him, Wayne, and Wiggles, and they captain to keep them together was Clark, Tommy Clark, man.
Yeah.
But they was Zodiac Flash, man, and it was just a unity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We
It was
seen
unity.
we seen it in Central State. We was in the Pythagoreans, a little group called.
Oh man,
was that?
they kicked us out of there, man.
You did that.
Man, you did that,
And
man.
Drew Langford bailed on us.
Oh man,
What you mean?
Drew
he
Langford
talking about
bailed
da
on us.
da da
I was
da
on the piano.
da 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 da
I was on
da
the
da
piano.
da da.
Danny was supposed to
We're
be
a talent
singing.
show.
We was in a talent show. We were supposed to be in a talent show.
They kicked us out, man.
Danny, I'm playing the piano. Danny and Drew supposed to be singing or something. So as soon as me and Danny get on the stage, Drew ain't on the stage with us. So that just threw me and Danny off from right there. It was
Yeah.
over with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now
that
it's time to
messed
get now it's time to get silly.
yeah.
Why he bailed on y'all?
He
I don't
bailed
know.
on us,
I
man.
don't know.
Cause
Cuz
they kicked us they kicked us out of Capital University.
So I'm on the piano doing my little you know what I mean? Reed like mic check. Reed bang that mic on the table. Boom, boom, boom. They like, can you get them kids
Out of here. Get them up out of here.
Get them up out of
Hey,
here.
bro,
That
that's a ton of
Y'all
there,
was
man.
teenagers?
Yeah, bro.
We like 14, 15, bro.
Yeah,
That's
man.
Crazy,
Yeah,
man.
14,
Y'all was
15.
wild.
Yeah, bro. I'm
But
telling you.
everybody loved us.
I got you. I understand.
All the others, all them boys was
Yeah,
trying to
man.
find us after everything, bro.
Yeah.
Man,
All
let me
of
tell
you know
something,
what I
Gerald.
mean?
I
We
used
won
to
the
stay over
basketball
there.
tournament.
I used to stay at
We won the
Wayne's
basketball
in them
tournament
house.
up there too.
Oh, yeah.
I used to stay at Wayne in them house
Yeah.
all the time, man. So, when they got in trouble, Miss J got me too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
whatnot. You know what I'm saying? At that time, in that
That's
era,
how it was there.
Yes,
The
sir.
community got you together.
Yes, sir. And when if you got a whooping at that somebody else's,
Yeah.
you know when you got home, you got another one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you wasn't no getting away from it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was with Wayne all the time, man.
Yeah,
me and Wayne, like
Me.
especially in school, we was
Yeah.
we was always in 6'5",
Yeah.
7'5",
Yeah.
8'5". You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So, we had a black crew was with us, and they was all girls.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But I think we had somebody else was in there, man. I want to say Harold Bell. He was with
He
us.
might have been in there, yeah.
I don't know. Or Harold could have been down. But anyway, we was always together, man. I mean, when we meet up, it was classic. It was something going on where we had a ball, man.
Man, we was just finding stuff to do, man.
Yeah,
you
bro.
know what I mean? We was
And-
finding stuff to do.
You want to know what, Joe, man? We wasn't drinking and
Nope.
nobody smoking no dope or
Nope.
nothing like that, bro. We were just actually high off life.
Right. So let me ask you this, Reed. So I talked to you before off the camera about the first time when your struggle began in terms of the drug addiction.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to kind of give the audience a peek behind the curtain, so to speak, and talk about the first time that you dabbled into that.
Oh man, the first time I dabbled into it was my freshman year at Central State. It was I had got to the school a couple weeks early, so to meet the people, but I was like an outcast. You had to prove yourself at Central State because you come from another school. And but and I hooked up with DC people again at Central State, and they took me in, man, and I was cool with them. But I ended up getting too drunk the night before the practice,
Wow.
and first practice, yeah, and
Mhm.
I overslept. But they had at Central State, they had the number one receiver in the country
Mhm.
named J.C. Watts. And he was a little dude, but he was a number one receiver in the country. Well, he hadn't got to practice yet, bro. I'm hearing this music blaring to where I'm like, wow, he ain't even at practice yet. So I knocked on the door and I'm like, bro, you going to practice? He was like, yeah, man. He's like, give me a second, man. Come on in. So I came in, man, and he had a bomb, man. I thought it was just a little marijuana, but he's like, go on, hit that, man. And he took a hit of it, didn't say nothing, and I went over and took a hit of it, and it was crack cocaine. So hey, I had one of my best practices ever.
Wow.
Yeah. I showed up and showed out, and that's when it was over with. I was just they respected me. They seen my craft, man, and because like I said, you had to prove yourself at Central State. Because the first day on the practice field, there wasn't no shorts or nothing like that. You go get your equipment,
Mm-hmm.
so you had to show out on right now.
Right.
So I showed out right now, and yeah, and then it took off like that. And then I got to thinking, like, when I really actually got into using
Mm-hmm.
for the first time, that was, you got to recall now, this is '85. So I had another situation in '88. So I'm like, I remember hitting that pipe in '85, but I only hit it one time. I hit it that one time, Joe. Never touched it, never thought about it, nothing. So I end up working at the prison.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was working at the prison, I really started getting wild. But I was trying to hang out with Bowie, and Bowie was wild. So he was drinking, and I started drinking, and I just getting wild to where, that going into working at the prison, it wasn't me because I still was wanting to kick it with some like Wayne and them. I wanted to kick it with them, man. So I ended up hooking up with some people from uh, Norfolk State, and I started getting dope.
Mm-hmm.
So I was starting to go home and sell it here. So I'm like, man, this is sweet. You know what I'm saying? So I get some dope to my uncle, and he wasn't paying me. So I'm like, man, why you get my money, man? You know what I'm saying? I knew they was over here at Miss Renee Robinson. God rest her soul, but I knew John Reed was in there, so I knocked on the door. I was like, man, what's up, man? You ain't get my money? He was like, man, if you only knew about this dope, And I was like, man, I hit this dope in 1985. This is 1988 now. I ain't starting that dope. He got nothing to do with it. I said, here, I'll show you again. And took it and hit it. And it was over.
So let me ask you this, Reed. So in '85, you said that's when you first hit it.
Yes.
So how old was you in '85?
I was 18.
So at 18 years old, remember I asked you the question at the beginning of the episode. So at 18 years old, what was your mindset if somebody was to tell your 18-year-old self what ended up happening to you? Do you think he would have been like, that would never happen to me? Or you feel like he felt like he was invincible, or it wasn't something that was even a thought?
Man, I say, I don't do it because I went over there to that bomb and hit that bomb, and I don't know that. I didn't know that man like that to go over there and trust him to hit that bomb thinking it was weed,
Right.
and it was crack cocaine.
Wow.
So it led me to believe that I could do that again.
Right.
Because this is 3 years down the line.
I got you.
So when I did it 3 years down the line, it was like took off like a rocket, and and then my mind was lost. I was lost, man. I was caught up into not caring about myself, not caring about other people, man, disrespecting everybody in the community, man, and it really just got out of hand with me, man. Drugs took over, man. It was dominating my thought pattern. You know what I mean? To where you know, that's all I thought about was crack cocaine, man. And I thought the geographical cure for getting off of crack cocaine was to get locked up in prison.
Right.
Because when I got locked in prison, I didn't do nothing. But in all reality, man, I look back over it all, is that that drug of choice in the prison, I couldn't buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So maybe that's why I didn't do it. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I didn't mind doing things out in the street that wasn't right, because I knew that when I get caught, I'll finally get clean, man. And because I didn't know Jesus.
Right.
I didn't know him. You know what I'm saying? I heard about him.
Right.
Was forced.
Mhm.
You know what I mean, to go to church. You know what I mean, like that. But
Right.
when I actually grasped the hold of the situation, was
So let's pause real quick. Is the screen frozen right now? Okay. So let's see if we can fix this. Has it been frozen the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second.
on the street. Ricky was the champ out in the street. Ricky Bass was a champ. Me and Callaway hung out with Ricky. Them young dudes, man. I tried to get them young dudes on the path that me and Wayne and them was on, man. I hung out with the young dudes. Don't leave, baby, cause I'm still on Routes and Roots, baby. Me and Wayne Johnson putting it down. It's just now starting good. Yeah, don't leave it. What's going on, Cardi? What's up, Miss lady? How you doing?
Big baby, what's happening?
Who you see?
Brady, oh, it's frozen.
Oh, Brady froze. Hey, how you doing, Miss Cardi? Good to see you. What else on here? Johnny Crab, how you doing, baby? Tanya, what's up? Hey, Tanya. Hey, Wayne, it's Tanya. Tanya was with us.
What's going on?
That's my daughter. She way down there in Bahamas. I can't even see, man. What was that? Oh, that's kind of. Hey, I'm so happy I seen her the other night. I was trapped. She let me out. Yeah, Mike Parker's sister, man, helped me out, man. I was down for my luck. She brought me back. Yeah, I got a lot of friends, man, but when I go live, it ain't like that. I don't know why. I got a lot of them, though.
You got a lot of friends.
Yeah, bro.
You done impacted a lot of people.
I got a lot of friends, man.
You done seen a lot.
Hey, oh, that's
Been
Buster.
through a
Right?
lot.
I can't wait to
That's
tell
Buster,
you.
right?
Tell them about this lady named Tiffany Mullins, man. This lady named Tiffany Mullins, man. She taught me about this victory in the struggle.
There we go. All right. We're back.
We back, baby. Routes and Roots. Routes and Roots, baby.
All right, here we go. We back. Roots and Routes podcast, like, share, some
Wayne
different
Johnson
coffees.
hit you with the cat.
So where I want to go with this now, you talked about, the struggle. what I want you to do now,
Lewis.
no, what I want you to do now is talk about now this October 11th. You're on 7 for 11.
Years clean, 8 years clean.
I think you already alluded to it, but what was it that finally made the sobriety stick this time around?
Oh, I'll give it to you. Me and my girl, and Zakar, we was out in the street, and I don't know actually what happened, but children's service knocked on the door, and I looked through the people and seen that little badge, and it said children's service, and the only thing I could think about was my little man, my son Manny. I was like, I can't let him get Manny. He ain't got nobody else. I got to straighten up. And so I turned around. I told Renz, I was like, look, man, I'm done. I'm going to rehab and get myself together, man. And I called Miss Angie Pelfrey. And Angie Pelfrey, she's always there for me, man. She's like, go, man. I love you. But she's like, I'm coming to get you. And she came to get me. Me and my girl went to rehab. I was there for 7 days, and I went to her. I told her, I said, I'm ready. And she said, I was, wanting to see what she would say, but she said, I know you are. It's something about you this time.
Mm-hmm.
And them 7 days, man, I was in rehab. I come back out of there, man. And when I got home, man, the dope boy was at my house. Even I told him, I was like, look, man, you gotta go.
Wow.
He didn't think I was serious, man, but he had gathered up the equipment and, come out and fixed it up in my house. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm serious, bro. You got to go.
Mm-hmm.
So he think that dope will overpower me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when he left to go make that play, I took all his stuff and took it to the dumpster.
Wow.
Put it out. I'm letting him know I'm serious, bro. And I ain't looked back yet. God is good.
What? Say it. So are we frozen right now?
No.
I wonder why that froze.
No, we're not frozen.
Okay.
All right.
Brady.
Can you hear us, Brady?
Yep. Can you hear me?
All right, we good?
Yeah.
Yep. Can you see us, Brady?
Yeah, you not. Yep.
There it is.
Can you hear me?
He froze.
Ricky White.
What Ricky White said?
Ricky White asked the question. He said, ask you about falling in the river with your knee brace on. And you
Oh,
couldn't swim.
man.
You couldn't swim?
Listen, we all would go over to the river, fish. But at this time, the water had rose up too high. But I didn't want to leave them. They was going to fishing. So I'm like, man, I'm going too. And when we get down to that river, we started acting up, man. And I was in a brace. And,
wow. That's a recipe
I got
for
too
disaster.
close to the edge. I seen a cow floating.
Come on, man. Are you serious?
Yeah, man. I seen a cow floating. It was serious.
In the river?
Saw the river going straight down.
A cow?
Not paying attention. I'm like, look, man, I can't believe that. Look at that cow. Like they're floating.
I ain't never seen a cow in the river, man.
Bro, I started going downstream, bro. With this current going downstream and grabbed a hold of a stick on the side. Got me out of there, man. That was a heck of a day, man. Yeah, I used to hang with them young boys, man. Yeah.
I think we frozen again, so let's take a pause.
I wonder why.
I know, man. It's crazy.
Hey, that's the devil. We're coming up to the good part.
Right, man. Okay, so I'm gonna reload this page and hopefully we can get it back.
the wall. Let me show you. Let me show you these pictures. I was asking Joe, I'm like, wow, some heavy hitters on the wall. But it's a lot of heavy hitters on the wall right
This
here.
right here.
That is Mr. Andrew Turner.
That is Andy. Ain't no
Mr. Andrew Turner.
Helped a lot of people in the community.
That
Yes,
is
he did.
Andy, ain't it, man?
Yeah,
Where
we
else
in
we
the
want to
center.
go?
We're in the center right now.
We at the 14th Street Community Center. Behind us, you got Mr. Al Oliver.
Put that.
I got it. Mr. Al Oliver behind me. Up here, we got Daddy Groove. Right there is Mr. Chuck Ely, Mrs. Kathleen Battle, Mr. Larry Heisel. Who we got here? Dr. Scott.
Dr. Scott.
Above him, Mr. Kurt Gentry. And I'm trying to angle this camera right. Like I said, Mr. Andrew Turner. Up top is Mr. Buster and Bud Harrison.
Brady can't see. Brady can see, can't he?
Brady can see, but this camera is not doing right.
I can see y'all.
Right. So let me get up one more time.
Hold on, he's gonna fix it, Brady. Gary, I see you, Ricky, baby. Yes, sir. Love you, boy. You and Tanya, man. Family.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Bro, we got so much time in with Tanya. That's crazy, man.
Yep.
Tanya, man, she was every day with us.
Yep.
Every day, bro. Tanya was with us, man. She was in that 6'5", 7'5", 8'5".
Yep.
She was every day in school, man. You don't remember the Inkwell?
The Inkwell.
Inkwell basketball. Mr. Shoemaker.
Yeah.
Ever throwing that little trash
Yep. Yep.
in a little cup?
Yeah. Yep.
Mr. Cheryl Shoemaker.
Yes, sir. What?
Yeah, Tanya was with us.
We was nice, bro. We had a
We had a nice little class, man. We had a nice class. Yes, we did.
Betty.
Betty Jo Coleman.
Uh,
Betty Jo was a year before us, though.
was she?
Yeah. She's with Cal then. We was Shauna, KK, Melissa, Tanya, Harold Bell, Dale McKinley,
Jody.
Jody McKinley,
Leah Wright.
Leah Wright. Leah Wright.
Leah Wright.
Yes.
What?
Leah Wright.
Ruben.
Ruben. Nah, man. Ruben was
Ruben was with us.
he
Right?
was a year down, man.
Big Ruben.
Yeah.
Ruben our age, Reed.
Nah, man. Hey, man, he got ain't nobody out there, man. Let me open that door for a minute.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because yeah.
Yo, you in there cooking on sausage. He got he got me and my nigga. Me and my nigga Wayne, we in a rotisserie chicken. Yeah, he got us turning at the rotisserie, putting seasoning on us. Yeah. But let me tell you something, man. On my live, I'm gonna tell you this. Me and
Was
my
you in the Funketeers?
the Funketeers. Was that where y'all was singing?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
I don't know if I got that.
Do you remember that when we was at McKinley? Miss Carpenter used to at the end of the class let us sing Michael Jackson song.
Oh yeah,
Remember
man.
that?
I was there.
You was in the Funketeers.
I was in there. That,
the desk.
On the desk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wayne, this stuff that I it baffles me how y'all can remember that stuff. Like Fess, he brings up a lot of stuff, man. I'm like, wow. You know, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that, man. I lose thought about all that, man. I don't know what that is.
Hey,
where I
Ronnie,
forget.
y'all got to get some fans in here, baby. It's about to get hot.
Yeah, they need one good fan.
Or just the air. Now I can feel
I
some
wonder
air,
why.
though.
Man, it's that.
Ain't no air nook.
It's that government, man. They can't do. You got to stop with government phones, man. Don't work everywhere.
That's not the phone, man. That's the phone.
I told you, man. That flood, man.
So here's what we're gonna do. We just gonna go live directly from the phone instead of from the.
Wow.
We'll go live directly.
Danny said it's that government phone he using, Brady.
Yeah, man, you can't do the government phone.
I'm
man.
saying.
Say, hey, I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna bring it back on the Facebook live stream. So we got about 15 minutes left in this, and we'll end it. So I'll holler at y'all. Follow us on the Roots and Routes Facebook page. We